Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry. Things keep improving for us here at the Monastery of Mayhem and with the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. We want to welcome our newest sponsor, Big Brain Tattoos at 1123 Jackson Street in the Old Market here in Omaha. They are our newest sponsor, and we would like everybody to stop on down and say hi to Smitty and Lenny and the rest of the artists down there. Get a price on a tattoo, and next time you decide to have work done, be sure and visit Smitty and see what he can do for you. Now back to the show. Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, bringing you another edition of the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. I'm Brother Jack Angry, and this is Inferna, my sexy sidekick, the cougar from hell. And tonight's movie is the 1985 classic The Stuff, starring Michael Moriarty and Andrea Marcovici, and Garrett Morris as Chocolate Chip Charlie. Now, to give you a little background on this film, the plot of the film, basically, this organism is discovered by coal miners, which bubbles out of the ground, and they, by tasting it, okay, well, I'm sure a lot of us, you know, oh, look what's bubbling out of the ground. Why don't you go taste that? Is it any good? It's like, don't want to eat the yellow snow either. Anyway, this substance...
You'd be surprised what people want to eat.
Yes, tell me about that. This substance bubbling out of the ground turns out to be a organism, and they just suddenly discover it tastes quite delicious. So, naturally, they turn it into a frozen dessert. And this frozen dessert has a certain mind-altering effect, as in it takes you over and turns you into a zombie and eventually hollows you out from the inside.
Eat you all up from the inside.
There you go. That's one way to lose weight. Anyway, industrial spy Mo Rutherford, played by Michael Moriarty, is hired by executives of various snack and ice cream companies to find the recipe and disrupt the production of it, or steal it outright.
He's crooked.
Yes, he is, but, you know, he's the hero of
the black, what do you call those? Black marketing.
Yeah,
person.
he's an industrial spy is what he is. Basically, he goes on to investigate this substance called The Stuff, which is staggeringly popular. And he finds out it is a living organism and highly addictive and definitely dangerous. He also teams up with a young boy named Jason who refuses to eat it, and his family is consumed by it. So Mo is trying to prove that the stuff is malevolent, possibly sentient, and a natural substance that's trying to take over the minds of the population of the earth.
And you probably should watch what you sell, because he probably is going to get something in the end of this.
Yes.
That's not so great.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's definitely one of the better movies to watch. I mean, it was considered a classic of 80s horror film cinema. And to give you a little bit of trivia about the film before we started here, this is Garrett Morris's first television or film appearance after his departure from the Saturday Night Live cast. Garrett Morris, as you know, left the cast of Saturday Night Live because of some severe controlled substance problems. From what I understand, it was particularly cocaine and heroin. And he had taken a hiatus for several months to go through rehab, and was actually considered well enough to do this film at the time, which was a way of helping him make a comeback. And Garrett Morris, as you know, has had a pretty successful career. He's appeared in a number of TV sitcoms, such as Martin, you know, and he's had various small parts in movies, and done a few television commercials, particularly the Orbitz commercial. If you bother to look at that, you'll see him in the you know, the shut the front door one. But you know, this film marked his return to feature films, and you know, he actually did quite a good job as Chocolate Chip Charlie Hobbs. So we're gonna get back to the film, The Stuff, starring Michael Moriarty and Andrea Marcovici, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. Enjoy. Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. And what do you think of this stuff so far? Isn't that yummy?
It's gross.
Well, I mean,
all that white stuff coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, how they missed having Ron Jeremy in this film is totally beyond me. And what do you think of when the stuff decides to leave the body? I mean, you get that flip top head thing, and it just comes shooting out of your mouth. And
it's time to run.
Yeah, it's like when you see that happening, it's like, wow. Last time I saw something like that, it was, well, never mind. I really can't talk about that. I'm legally enjoined from that. Anyway, but to get back to some trivia about the movie here, the film, there was some audio commentary on the 2000 Anchor Bay DVD release. The scene in the motel where the stuff comes out of the mattress and pillows and attacks the man on the wall and ceiling, that was shot in a special room that could actually rotate a full 360 degrees, allowing the stuff to move up and down the wall. And it was, little note of trivia here, it was exactly the same room that was used in the original Nightmare on Elm Street when Johnny Depp's character, Glenn, was sucked down into his own waterbed by Freddy Krueger, and then his blood is regurgitated back out and onto the ceiling. Which is really cool. Yeah, that really was a great... I love that scene. That was a great scene. I mean, and I always wondered how they did that, because you saw the waterbed just erupt and this column of blood just hits the ceiling and start to spread out. It was actually in an upside down room. You know, so that makes more sense. Yeah, makes more sense now that we know how it was done, but at the time it's like, how'd they do that? So that's a little bit of trivia. And here's another little bit of trivia. In the part of Chocolate Chip Charlie Hobbs, played by Garrett Morris, they actually considered Arsenio Hall for a while, but in 1985 his talk show was staggeringly popular, and Hall wanted just entirely too much money to do the production, so they did go with Garrett Morris, who was willing to work for a considerably lesser sum of money. Which he did well. Yes, he did it very well. I mean, the scene where basically Charlie's head kind of just flips back and all the stuff comes spewing out, and you can see his eyeballs moving back and forth as his skull is splitting open. Mm-hmm. You know, it was really well done. It was really great special effects at the time. And just some of the comments that Charlie's character, or Garrett Morris's character, made. You know, my favorite one was when they're talking with the postman, and he says, "Well, I don't believe that gentleman is operating correctly," which is funny, and the remarks about his hands being lethal weapons in the state of Georgia. You know, I've been to Georgia. It's like a fully functional mind would be considered a lethal weapon in that state. So they all just walk around like zombie-ish. Well, yeah, there's an entire town that's eaten inside out, and then they turn into like mush. Exactly, when the stuff is organism coming out of the mouth. Yeah. Yes. When the stuff decides to leave the bodies. To go to another one? Yeah, it goes to another. It's huge too. I mean, where does it go? Well, they're going to have to watch the movie to find that out. Yeah, it's an entire town is taken over by the stuff. That Midland, Tennessee, is I believe the name of the town in the film. And the scene with the postman, you know, it's like, well, don't you want to wash your hands? I just put in a new towel. You know, it's like really great stereotype. Way to go. It's not like they're getting bit. Well, there you go. It. No, they're not getting bit by it. It's just somewhere. They're just getting hollowed out, as it were. I mean, another little bit of trivia for the movie, and this is something that you can watch coming up. the scene where Paul Sorvino's character, the general, comes into the room and they see all the factory workers called stuffies laying on the ground, you know, with their basically dead with their mouths open because the organism, the stuff, has left their bodies. If you look in the upper right corner of the screen towards the back, you're going to see one of the stuffies, a gentleman laying on his back. He'll be unfortunately wearing the same yellow jumpsuit that they all wear. But if you watch, you'll see him moving because he's trying to contain his laughter because of the scene. And he's really fighting it, but you will see him laying on the floor twitching because he's trying to fight from keeping himself from laughing, and he's not doing a very good job of it, but it's something you can watch for, and that was also mentioned in the commentary on the DVD. But we'll let you...
He's really laughing about...
Well, it's like he's laying there, you gotta lay there like that. I mean, it's like, I'd be laughing too, you know? It's just like those, if you ever watch like CSI, I mean, the person on the table that they're doing the autopsy on, imagine if he just sat right up, you know? Or he's sitting there laughing under the sheet. See Grissom wet his pants. That would be something to see. We'd all tune in for that. But anyway, we're going to get back to the movie, The Stuff, starring Michael Moriarty, Garrett Morris, and Andrea Marcovici here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
All right, well, welcome back, friends, faithful followers. What did you think of The Stuff? Wasn't that movie scary? What did you think at the end where Garrett Morris's head kind of, you know, kind of flipped back and all that white stuff started coming out?
And then there's like stuff in his mouth.
There you go, and his head kind of just like splits open. Yeah, that was a really, really somewhat disturbing scene, and they did get a lot of bad press in regards to that. Some more interesting goofs on the film. You will see a scene where Moe and Charlie enter the post office. It's daytime, quite possibly in the afternoon. Now, the moment they talk to the letter carrier for like a few minutes, and then they exit out of the building, and then suddenly it's nighttime. It's like the sun just went down that fast and in that small frame of time. And there's another scene where Moe and Nicole, played by Andrea Marcovici, they get off the plane and they leave in a car with two executives. As the car drives away, you can see the camera's shadow on the car. It's on the left side of the screen. So that's another great production value here. There's also, as I said...
And I'm not wearing shoes.
Okay, Inferna isn't wearing shoes. Well, it's like, we like our people to be comfortable here at the Monastery of Mayhem, you know, so Inferna doesn't have to wear shoes if she doesn't want to. Yeah, it's like, ooh, let me think about that.
And I forgot my gut buster, so I'm like crossing my arms because I need to get on the elliptical. Every girl's dream, the elliptical.
Well, yes, if anybody wants to contribute a gym membership to Inferna, please write us, care of the show, at theangrybros@gmail.com.
Thank you for caring.
Yes, we do appreciate it. Thank you to all our fans and all the great letters and comments we've received in regards to Inferna, myself, Brother James, Ash, and the rest of the gang here. And we hope to have Ash back on the show here coming up soon. We've talked to the lovely Samantha who plays Ash, and
yay.
Yeah, she's actually saying that she's going to hopefully be back in Omaha here, and we'll have her hopefully on the show, and we'll keep you all up to date on that.
On a visit, or?
On a visit, yes.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Yes, it is. I mean, she's getting quite involved with the bodybuilding culture out in California.
It's awesome.
You know, I think she's going to be competing in some contests here pretty soon. So we'll keep you all up to date on that.
I could see her doing that.
Yeah, she does look fantastic. I mean, check out our Facebook page, and I believe we've shared some photos there as well that you'll all want to see. But anyway, faithful followers, now next week we're bringing you another great horror film from the 80s. This one is Life Force, starring Steve Railsback, Frank Finley, and Matilda May as the space girl. This is a story where vampires in a spaceship hidden in the tail of Halley's Comet come to Earth following a space shuttle mission and proceed to infect. They are vampires. They don't drink blood. They steal the life force of people, turning them into zombies who in turn steal other people's life forces. And they proceed to pretty much decimate London. And the special effects are really great. We'll have a clip from Life Force just to show you what it looks like, and that will be next week here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. Now, a little surprise that in the coming weeks we're going to be running the Vincent Price classic, The Witchfinder General. Now, that is the story of, it's based on actual events of the Witchfinder General who worked under Oliver Cromwell, named Matthew Hopkins. At that time, these are when many of the Salem witch trials were going on in the United States, and in England it was under Cromwell and his Roundheads, the Reformation, and they were busy. They would send out independent investigators who would pretty much roam the countryside of England looking for witchcraft or witches or anybody practicing it, and they would deal with them, usually providing a series of somewhat brutal tests to determine if you were a witch. And it generally didn't work out well because the way the tests were set up, if you lived, you were considered to be a witch.
And they want to kill you.
Well, if you died during the testing, then you were considered to be okay, but that really doesn't help you out a whole hell of a lot. I mean, basically the way it worked, one test was they would, with the use of the dunking...
Say like a pregnancy test.
Well, I don't know if it's a pregnancy test. Basically was, we're going to take you and put this wooden platform on you and pile all these rocks. If the rocks crush you to death, then you're fine. But if you live, you're a witch, and then we kill you. So, I mean, it doesn't really give you much incentive to... Does anybody kind of see a catch-22 thing going on? Well, if you live, then we kill you. And they would...
If you're dead, you're dead.
If you're dead, way to go, you passed, you're okay. You know, but you're still just as dead. It's like, okay, I mean, this is what Protestant thinking was all about. Come to think of it, sounds like Catholic thinking, too. Sounds like thinking of quite a few religious denominations I'm aware of, you know. Which is why Brother Jack's more of a free thinker these days, you know. Trying to form my own opinions, but I'm a guy that says his prayers in case there is a God. But that's enough of that crap. Anyway, that's going to be coming up in the coming weeks on the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. You can look for us on our permanent spot on Indie Horror TV, and that's www.indiehorror.tv. We are on the last Friday of every month. They run several episodes of this show, the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama, plus our movie review program, Movie Night Live from the Monastery of Mayhem, featuring myself and Inferna. So you'll be able to see those, and
it's been really nice out, so if anyone's interested in a new tattoo, you can go down to Big Brain here in Omaha, Nebraska, and go see all the staff there, and they'll help you out and get you a really nice tat.
That's right. Be sure and tell Smitty, the owner, that the Angry Brothers, along with Inferna, sent you, and be sure and visit the artist of your choice down there. They have many great ones to choose from, including Lenny Rankin, whose work I am personally familiar with, Brother James is familiar with.
It's down in the Old Market.
Well, where that tattoo on your foot, Inferno, you had?
I only got piercings there, so they do piercings too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have your piercings done there, and they look quite lovely. Who did them? Did Smitty do them himself?
Yes.
Or, okay.
I went 2 different times. I couldn't go at once.
Ah.
And then David is the other one. I got one on my neck by David. So.
Okay. Well, again.
Yeah.
there's a multitude of great artists down there. So be sure and visit them and tell them the Angry Brothers sent you. So enjoy, good night, unpleasant dreams, and let's keep America on top. Watch Horror Hosts, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna.
Hi.
And Sin. And we just wanted to take a moment to welcome our newest sponsor, Big Brain Tattoos in Omaha, Nebraska. Now they're located at 1123 Jackson Street, which is on the backside of the old market here in downtown Omaha. We hope you'll stop by and see Smitty, the owner, and Lenny and Jason, two of his best artists. And they will be happy to answer all of your questions and deal with whatever your tattoo needs are, whether you're just pricing a tattoo, you have a design, or you need a design. Lenny and his artists will be happy to draw that out and set it up to your satisfaction. And all of their work is backed by Smitty and his artists, so you'll never go away dissatisfied from Big Brain. So be sure and check them out and tell them the Angry Brothers sent you. And if you'd like to check his webpage out, it's www.bigbrainomaha.com.